Hey folks, Greg here with the Homestead Box. We're going to do a July box opening today to go over a few things and hear about what you're getting if you're a subscriber or what you're missing out on if you're not a subscriber. So we'll get right to it and get her opened up and show you what's coming. Alright, got our packing paper and we got our project card right here. And this month is pickling and canning. Most of your gardens are coming in July, so we put together a great box for pickling and canning for your July box. And we're going to start with what comes in the vintage box. So, on the vintage box, you will get 5-piece canning set, and this is everything you need. This is your funnel, your jar lifter, your magnet that you lift your lids with after you get them sterilized, some tongs there, a funnel, and something you can use to tighten your jar lids with. All right, the next thing you get is these two brushes. Now you may be thinking I can get these brushes anywhere, but not so quick. These are USA made, high quality brushes. You got a jar brush here, and you got a carrot and a potato brush here that can be used for a lot of other things. Well, these are great brushes, and believe it or not, these can be hard to find, and we found a source for USA made ones and jumped on them. All right, loofah sponge. There's a cleaner sponge. Loofah, you know, is a natural product there. So we got a good loofah sponge we throw it in there. Spice bags, there you go. And you'll understand a little later on why these are so important. These are spice bags when you're doing your pickling and stuff. You put your spices in, they're made out of 100% cotton. All right, so here we go. This right here is what comes in the vintage. And then we'll move on to the classic. So, we put a great book in there, and this is called the Pickle Pantry. It's written by Andrea, and she's out of Vermont here. We really like this book here. We just did some pickled okra using a recipe out of this book. Now what I like about the book so much is a lot of our recipes are just one jar or 1 pint. So you could do small batches and find out if that's what you like, and then you can go back and multiply that and do a big batch. But you can do your small batch, test it, see what you like. Because what you like and what I might like is two different things. To give you an example, I've never tried pickled okra just a year or two ago, and it has become one of my favorite things. It's easy to grow, and look here, when you put stuff up like this right here, you don't need no refrigeration, it'll keep. So it's a perfect food source for somebody homesteading. So you ain't got to have no refrigerator, and it ain't gonna go bad. It's gonna last for a long time. All right, and here we go. We got some spice mix, pretty good size, 1/4 pound bag of spices. This is the spices we use for our pickled okra, but also you can use it for a lot of other things, regular cucumber pickles or a lot of other things you can pickle. There's worlds of things you can pickle that I didn't know till I got to reading this book. So there you got a nice spice bag, and then you can use your spice bag with your spices. All right, so there you go. That's what you get in the classic. Let's move on to the Pioneer. The Pioneer upgrade includes these right here. And these are pickle pipe fermentation airlock. They go on the top of your jar there, and they're silicone. And what this does is it works great for fermentation, because when your air starts escaping from this right here, it locks it back down. Now some of you may be familiar with those large ones you use on wine. A lot of people use those for pickling. What I like about these is they're a lot smaller and they don't get in the way. And when that air comes out, it doesn't go back in, so it locks it up. These work great for any type of fermentation. And you want to get a little fancy, we got some bamboo jar lids right here. Timber tops. Nice, make it look good and fancy. All right, here's a couple of things that I really like. This right here is a pickle packer. Now, you may not have ever heard of a pickle packer before. Nice piece of hardwood, and you can pack the stuff you put in your jars on down. Now, this fits just right for a regular sized jar. And this side is for a wide mouth. So you can put it down in there and pack your stuff down in there without having to put your hands in there. Nice, pretty, got a good finish on there, made by a company called Mason Tops. Really a great little tool to use there. We have never seen one before we started doing research here, but we use it now. I really like it a lot. So when you're doing your fermentation and stuff like that, you have a problem with stuff rising to the top and it doesn't get pushed down into the liquid. This right here is called Pickle Pebbles. So this is a weighted piece of glass that you put on top of your stuff down, and it pushes everything down so the liquid in there covers it up so you didn't waste anything. There's 4 of these in the pack, and these work great also with your pickling and you putting your stuff up. So there you have it. That's a pretty good group of stuff there that you got for July. Get out there and get started. Put some pickles in, put some sauerkraut in, anything that you can ferment, anything you can put up in a jar. This is a great kit to get you started. If you're not subscribing, look what you're missing out on and go to the Homestead Box and subscribe today.